blues improvising. You know, at this point, it's really up to you. It is non-diatonic harmony. You're playing all dominant chords, and even if you throw in a 9, or you got your sharp 9 or your 13, you know, whatever you have as far as your chord shapes that, you know, you've chosen, the sound that you like, you still have that tritone in each of the chords, your 1, 4, and 5. So what are you going to do to play over them? It is really, truly up to you. There are a couple things to mention that usually don't work. One of them is playing the major third over a 4 chord. When you go to your 4 chord, right, if I'm in G, see that B? When I go to my 4 chord, that becomes a B flat. Now, I can't exactly explain to you why, but whenever you're in a situation like this, and you have your non-diatonic harmony, and you have thirds that are a half step apart, right? You have that really close tension. The major third always wins. It just always wins. It always does. It's the same thing with major sevenths. You know, the leading tone. It always wins. You can always pretty much be behind, you know, a leading tone or a major third, but you can never really be in front of it. It never seems to really fly. So you can play a major blues. You can play a minor blues. You can play major pentatonic, minor pentatonic. You can play Dorian if you want. You can play Mixolydian over each individual dominant 7th chord, because I mean it will fit perfectly, but it will really sound like you're playing this key and then this key and then this key. And like we spoke about before, it really just comes down to taste. It comes down to flavor. And the best way to do this, the best way to learn this, is to listen to people that you really, really like. Some really, really good blues players. You know, Stevie Ray Vaughan, you know, Freddie King, B.B. King, and, you know, Albert King. And really get to understand, you know, what they do, what little boxes they like, what note choices that they like, you know, stuff that resonates with you, and kind of build a blues vocabulary. Because blues, you know, almost more so than jazz, is really about spoken, you know, it sounds like speech, you know, spoken vocabulary. Even though you can really burn and go crazy in it, it really is about, you know, telling a story and really saying something, because it's more, you know, it's the theory behind it is very simple. So it's more of an emotional style of playing. It's more of a feeling thing. It's more about bends and slides and really going for it. And so that's what I really want to encourage you to do. You know, really try to figure out your own personal, you know, blues style and feeling. And if you don't really like blues, then this is going to be hard for you, you know, and you're going to find a couple licks that you like, a couple spots, and you're going to say, oh, well, I'm just going to keep going because, you know, I don't really like blues. I implore you to not do that. Please fight that tendency. You know, try to get into it, because, you know, you kind of have to learn blues before you can get to jazz. You really have to kind of get it, and really get it on a personal level, and not just understand, okay, my minor blues has a flat 5, but major blues has, you know, a flat 3, and I know I can't play a major third over the 4 chord, and I know I can do Mixolydian over all 3 chords because they're all dominant 7th chords, and, you know I can go back and forth between pentatonics. I know I can, I can rock my arpeggios. You know, I know I have all these different options, but to be able to think fast enough to react in like a jazz environment, you know, to really quick chord changes and, you know, really different harmonic structures, you really got to find your personality in blues. So really spend some time and focus on it. You know, especially don't go on to the next level, you know, our final level in this course, until you really feel like you're a good blues player. I really cannot stress that enough. For the first time through, I'm going to do more of a minor blues for the 1, 4, and 5. And I'm just going to stick directly on the tonic, right? So if we're going to be in G, I'm going to play G minor blues for the whole thing. The second time through, I'm going to do a G major blues the whole time through. The third time through, I'm going to do a minor blues on the 1 and 4, but then major on the 5. And what you're going to hear is that when you do major on the 5, it really, really sounds good. It really accentuates the, the turnaround, the change. So again, your 1 can pretty much be major or minor. Your 4, it almost always sounds better to be major. To be minor. And 5, it almost always sounds better to be major. So here we go. I'm going to play it through the loop 3 different times. 1 more minor, 1 more major, and the last one where I'm mixing and matching. Then I want to see you post a video doing the same thing and really try to show off your blues stuff. Really try to get some high ranking on this site, a lot of likes and a lot of good comments. Really show your stuff before you go on to the next level. So let me see, post a video playing some blues, any key you want, any speed you want, any feel you want. Mix and match your major blues, your minor blues, play some modes in there. Really show off. I really want to see what you got. Good luck.